Hey guys, I'm Combat Craig, and today we're going to be discussing rating code sheets and why they are so important. Uh, how's everybody doing tonight? Hopefully, everybody's doing well. Got some good news recently about their VA claims. So, when a veteran receives a rating code sheet from the VA, one document that should be included, but it's often omitted, is the code sheet. So you get the rating decision, but you don't get the code sheet. And the rating code sheet provides information on a number of important things. But most importantly, it tells you the date of your disability, what the award was, and if it's considered static or not. So some of the other information that you will find on a rating code sheet is the name or the attorney or representative on file, if you have any, the VA file number, the date of military service, the diagnostic code, and I talk a lot about diagnostic codes. This is where you can actually see the code that you were rated for. And you can see that on your decision letter, and you can see some of the CFRs in there as well. But it really spells it out in the code sheet. We're going to go over some examples here. So lots of good information on the rating code sheets. The purpose of me uh, explaining this to you tonight is the rating code sheet is essentially a blueprint of your, payment history, when you got the rating, and if your disability is considered static or not. So I wanted to hop over and show you my Clyde Cam. I upgraded him a little bit. Also, I got my microphone hanging in front of me so I can see my keyboard a little bit better. So hopefully that works. We're going to get that off of there and get that off of there. So we have high res Clyde going on now. Feel free to throw in a super chat. He'd love to have some greenies. So let's go over to the screen share here. And this one's going to be a short one. Just wanted to kind of show you what a code sheet looks like. And you get this. You can get this if you have a VSO. You can get your rating code sheet. But the easiest way to get this is through your VA claims file. I've made a video on my YouTube channel about how to get that. So, that's where you get it. And this is the kinds of things. This is just a website with some different examples of code sheets. So I wanted to just kind of show you the kind of info that you'll find on here. So let me start off. Anybody get their code sheet? Are you looking for it? Have you received it yet? And then also, where are you calling in from tonight? Not calling in from, but where are you watching from tonight? I'm sitting here in southeastern Idaho. All right, so here's the first example. In this particular example, it says that the veteran is not service connected. So the code is off to the left there, 5242, lumbar arthritis, not service connected, not incurred / caused by service. You might see this if you're not service connected. And this is like this throughout the whole, this whole particular example. Diabetes and peripheral neuropathy, they're all not service connected, not incurred / caused by service. And basically this means that the veteran was unable to prove the service connection. He wasn't able to establish, direct service connection, presumptive service connection, direct secondary service connection, pre-existing service connection. Somehow or another, he wasn't able to prove service connection. So that's how you end up with not service connected. Moving on to example number 2 here. This was an example of a queue. So this is at the bottom here where it says 9411, PTSD combat, service connected. Vietnam era incurred. So it'll tell you, mine says Gulf War incurred. And then in this particular case, and this is probably why you guys are watching this in the first place, is where does it show that my disability is static? And this is where they show it. It says static disability. And then it'll tell you what the rating is. So in this particular case, this veteran was rated at 70%, and that started on January 5th, 2009. And if you start off with a lower rating, if this was a 10% rating for combat PTSD, and then he filed for increases, it will show the different dates. This date was 10%, this date was 50%, and then this date was 70%, and then static disability. So let's go on to another one. Same kind of thing here I'm using these examples because I know there's a lot of older veterans on here. I'm included in that list, but older than I am. So they look a little different. They've changed over the years, obviously. They look different now than they did 20 years ago or 30 years ago. So I'm just showing you a couple different examples. They changed the codes around a little bit. You'll notice that you'll file a claim for something, and it'll say right knee, and then they'll convert it into a diagnostic code. And, say if it's static or, future exams expected, stuff like that. So here's an example of an older code sheet, 5010-5257, service connected. So that's good. Peacetime. It'll say peacetime if you're a peacetime veteran. Incurred in service. This is considered a static disability. And then this one is 30% from 3/22/2016. And in this one, it has the 38 CFR 4.68. I haven't seen them like this in a while, where it has the CFR attached to it. That's usually in your decision letter. Get a little, sorry, get a little Mountain Dew break here. Then it says the combined evaluation for compensation. Now we're really getting older school. This is the way they looked. I believe they still I have one of these in my claims file. Very important to get your VA claims file, because these types of things are in here. You'll get all of your code sheets every time you've had a rating decision, every time you've lost or won or whatever. So a little bit different here. It talks about the character of discharge, combat code, the jurisdiction, associated claims. But then there's things that look familiar here. So remember how I was talking about you'll end up with your initial rating, and then when you file for an increase. So if you look where it says status post closed head injury, service connected, peacetime, incurred, it's a static disability, and the code is 8045. It was 10% from 7/10/1991. That was a little bit before I got out. And then this veteran went back and filed for an increase. Probably went and got himself some better or some medical evidence, because you're going to need medical evidence to prove that you deserve an increase. And that is done by medical records, a doctor, something like that. You can do this in some cases on your own if you know that your medical records, if you have a rating and your VHA records say the right things, and they're actually saying that your symptoms are worse. You can do this yourself and have them go look for it, but that would be filing a standard claim, having the VA go look for the info versus a fully developed claim. So I wouldn't recommend that. When you're going for an increase, it's just easier to get your private doctor to, tell your side of the story. So when you go to the C&P exam, the C&P examiner is going to agree or deny. But regardless, whatever the outcome is, it's going to end up on your VA code sheet here. So this one, couple examples, just shows the dates. If you look here, and I don't know if I can do this without, I don't want to grab the screen and screw it up. The third one down, 9434, depression associated with spinal disease, service connected, peacetime, secondary. So we talk a lot, or I talk a lot about secondary service connections. This is an example of what a secondary service connection will look like on your rating code sheet. So and it calls it out. 9434 is the code, and it's depression associated with spinal disease, which this one's kind of old, so it would be depression secondary to spinal disease, and then the spinal disease would have the code as well. Well, actually, the code's above it if you see 5099-5002. So this is what a successful secondary service connection looks like. And also, speaking of orthopedic conditions, which is what a spinal condition is, and you will notice that this veteran's rated at 40%, which is high for a back claim. I posted a screenshot of somebody today. He sent me over his decision letter, and I can't remember what he had. He had something for his knee. It was like 20%. He filed a secondary claim for depression, and the little arrow goes down, and he got 100% for major depressive disorder secondary to his knee. So I talk with you guys a lot about that, and I'm going to start showing you more in my little community tab. I know a lot of you guys saw that. But it happens. It happens all the time. Secondary service connections are where it's at. Your orthopedic conditions are only going to go so high. Secondary conditions will, account for the depression and some of the other things that are going on secondary to, the spinal disease in this case. Let's go to another one here. Let's see. So hypertension. 7101. Again, this one's a pretty old one. Looks like the date on it is 1/21/2010. So combined evaluation for compensation. It'll lay it out here on your code sheet too. You will see some of this stuff, but for the life of me, I just don't understand why the rating code sheet does not come with your decision letter. It's so important to know if you're static or not, and what they mean by future exams. Which thing are you going to be examining me for in the future? So this one shows the combined evaluation: 60% from 7/10/91, then 70% got an increase. 70% in 2001, and then got up to 90% in June of 2009. And then he was awarded individual unemployability on May 7th, 2001. So in this case, I think this one went back. The veteran was unable to work, proved up his claim. And to me, this looks like the veteran got individual unemployability back to 2001. So if he was getting paid at the 70% rate, and this decision happened in 2009, he would have got back pay, the difference between 70 and 100, which is huge. That happens a lot too. TDIU, total disability based on individual unemployability. Check those out. Okay, so I don't think I have any more of these. Take a few questions. I don't want to drag this one on too far tonight. Just make sure that you subscribe to the channel. Click on the notification bell so you don't miss any of the upcoming videos. Let's see if we can go back up to the Clyde cam. What do you think about Clyde? He's a little bit higher res. He looks so cute. He should probably get a Minty. What do you guys think? Big boy. I put my iPhone down here. Now let's go through a couple questions here. I'm not going to throw too many. Bad Yeti. Got your decision letter today, and they recommended you to apply for major depression, and you did right away. Awesome. Apply for it, and make sure you submit medical evidence along with it. Yes, the Clyde Cam hype is in effect. You were hoping I was going to go live tonight, and I did. I hope this. I'm hanging my microphone here. I'm hoping it's not too distracting and you can hear me okay. I usually have it on a swivel arm hooked onto the desk, and it gets in front of the mouse and my keyboard, and I go in here and try to type stuff. So I have it coming in on a boom mic hanging down upside down in front of me. So hopefully the audio is still good. No, it's not a new mic. It's the same mic. It's a Blue Yeti. I just have it mounted differently, and then I have a. This is a. I can't remember what it's called, but when you're talking in the mic, it makes a lot of popping noises when you say the word P. They're called plosives, so it blocks the air from coming in. So that is new. Terry, so you got 100%, right? I thought I just saw that in the Facebook group today. If so, congrats. If not, it was another Terry Lawson. Thanks. Glad you liked the backdrop. You made it to your first live stream. Awesome. Glad to have you make it. I'm pretty much doing these live stream status. Okay, cool. So, yep. Terry, that is amazing. So Terry has been helping me with moderating, and was very active last night, and was active a couple of days ago. And it's this. It's just kind of funny. I just have this feeling from Terry, just kind of like, hey, I want to get more involved. This guy's doing everything on his own. He's putting out good info. Subscribe. Put Q in front of the question. So very helpful there. And then boom, 33 days went from 40% to 100% P&T in 33 days in the middle of everything that's going on right now. So another good example. I'm just going to throw you back up here because I'm so stoked for you. It really has nothing to do with anybody else's claim, what's going on in the world. The average claim is taking so many days to decide. My voice is little hoarse here. It doesn't matter what the average days are, what's going on in the climate, if your VARO shut down. 33 days, that's huge. Okay, people coming in from Alabama, Mississippi, Miami, all sorts of places. Yes, thank you. Hit that bell. Aztec Kings, another 100% club. Shout out to you as well. Okay. Just kind of scrolling through here again. Just gonna make this one kind of quick. While I'm scrolling through here, I'm gonna go back over to the Clyde Cam. Oh, you don't, Clyde? Yeah, I could put a sticker on there or a graphic. Just this is a fluid situation with the live stream. Yep, and always let you guys ask a lot of questions, which is good. I encourage questions, but remember, we talk about strategy and we support ourselves with things that we've learned, tips and tricks, and things like this rating code sheet. But call 800-827-1000. They are the VA. Explain what this is. If they've never heard of it, tell them what's on it, and it might be called something else. And let me see if I can get scroll through this article. It might actually have a different name on here. Yeah, I mean it's a code sheet. It's a rating code sheet. It's the document that has your disabilities and if they're static or not. So that is it for tonight. 21 minutes. I'm going to shut this thing down a little earlier than normal. Remember to hit that subscribe button, and if you're watching the replay, please leave your comments. I will get to them as soon as I can, and I will see you guys in the next one. Have a good night.